Monster. He is an absolute monster now. Whoa, what a way to wake up. Kenpachi just got buffed. And thus, we can tackle the question if he's worth summoning for. And with that, welcome to today's video, where I will rant real quick because I was streaming for 10.5 hours and Nuvers didn't drop anything. I stop streaming, I go to bed, I sleep, and they drop it. Nuvers, what the heck? Just do it while I stream, right? Also, speaking of streaming, thank you so much for everybody who was joining in, and thank you for very much. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm so excited about these buffs. He's so amazing that I cannot even speak properly. Anyways, thank you so much for dropping into the stream, for dropping likes, for dropping the support, and not dropping the support, for giving me support. There you go. And yeah, I'm just too excited to express my gratitude, and it's just so much, man. And yes, this is off the cuff. I'm just... He's great. He's so fun to play now. He's amazing. That said, there's still the problem that if you have Bankai Ichigo, the question is if he's that much better than Bankai Ichigo, right? And let's go first over the buffs that he got, and then let's see if this is something that you would like summoning for. Because at the end of the day, you have to decide for yourself if he's fun to you, and if he's worth giving out resources. Because remember, we are still waiting for tacticians, we are still waiting for a strike update, so there is a lot coming up that we don't have yet, right? So the question is, if you have 2 slash DPS, is it really worth going for? Is it worth summoning for? Because the fact still remains that his B1, it's not mandatory anymore, but it plays so much nicer if you have it, right? And this is a big thing here. Now, what even got buffed here? His passives got buffed, which was one of the pain points, right? People felt really bad because these buffs, these passives weren't good enough. Prior to this, the damage taken was reduced by 20%, and only for special attacks, spiritual pressure burst, and ultimate, this still remains. And thus I would have liked to see a little bit higher stats here to 75%, maybe even 80% to make it really great for him to be able to just stand there and take the punishment. This part here doesn't really matter, to be honest, because this is invulnerable anyways. But this part here is important, and the ultimate, so that you just can stand there and you don't have to dodge out of attack or just feel like being able to tank it if you need to, right? Anyways, fantastic buff. It gives him a lot of more durability, and I will also blend in the top left corner of the video my run against Tower 22 Lupi and also Frenzy Feast, and you will see the difference that he got, right? I will also blend in the fight that I had against floor 19 before the buffs, just to showcase the difference in damage that he now produces, which is crazy. His DPS got basically increased from 400, I did with B1 between 450k on the dummy to max 500, and he's now above 700 in the higher end, right? And 650 in the lower end, which is a massive buff. Now, the second passive, which was feeling really bad for majority of players, and it is a bad feeling because you have a dead on arrival passive if it's just there once you kill something. They recognized it, and they added another part where it eases up the gear requirement for him, the stat requirement, because it spreads around the damage a little bit more, and being able to do special attacks and increasing damage of the special attacks means also that your ailment damage will be higher, right? Because it reverberates when you do ailment damage, when you do damage into the cleave, and this increases it. So now you have more multipliers to your ailment damage, so if you have an ailment piece in your as a main stat, this is not the way to go. His ailment damage is off the charts. It's now the highest contributor to his damage, right? After just short of the... No, wait, I should say it like this. Ultimate is still really strong. if you don't have ailment damage on your piece, but ailment damage overcomes the deficit that it has compared to the ultimate as soon as you put ailment damage on it. That said, great. Great stuff. And you get this basically guaranteed, right? As you gain more frenzy too. Now, we also have, speaking of special attack, rampage rate got improved. A lot of things in his kit just got improved, and I will showcase this here real quick. Major issue before the buffs was that you had 3 specific ways to switch out of Kenpachi, which made it feel really bad. And one of the ways was the technique, one was the spiritual pressure burst. What the heck, I will show you where it is. This part here, for example, if you switched out of this part, it could happen that it interrupted it and you didn't gain the frenzy. This is now fixed, Q. Then you had the issue that when you're doing the special attack, when I'm going to use this now, before he charged, and if you swapped out before or during the charge, he just stopped attacking. Now he goes and follows through with the attack fully, right? I switch out, and this is the wonkiness of the camera for some reason, but you can see he deals that attack here, and that's fine. And the third way to switch out of his kit, and it's still viable by the way, is when you do the spiritual pressure burst, is when he jumps up, right? And then he finishes the animation. And there were very specific timings when you could do this, and now it's much more lenient, which gives the much needed ease of access to his kit, right? And also, you are not getting punished for switching out at the wrong time when it comes to his damage, which is massive, okay? It's just, man, this buff here to his special attack, being able to just swap out of it, and he finishes the attack is so great. Especially because it makes the awkward feeling when you play with Byakuya go away. Okay? Now playing with Byakuya is so much smoother. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. And I'm not going to talk about Aizen because we all know how strong Aizen is. That said, let's go over if it's worth summoning for him. As always, when I do summoning videos, or wealth for summoning videos I should say, if he's your favorite character, go for it. If he's incredibly fun to you, like for me for example, go for it. I will go into investment and how much you need to pull for him or you want to pull for him in a short moment, but let's talk first about the banner, because the banner is actually great. Especially if you just started out. Ururu is a little bit undervalued. We don't know when the next Spirit Assault character will be out, right? So if you need a solution for Spirit, she can be a good stand-in. You can bring her to level 60, level 70, depending on your level, depending on how long you've been playing for. She can be great, and her B6 for any SR really brings them up to the B0 SSR level, right? So it's a great way to kinda bridge the gap between now and the full assault spirit character that you're gonna get in the future. Also, having Yachiro here, the go-to partner for Kenpachi, is amazing, and she is amazing. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because she is truly amazing. And the thing is, you really want her B1, and you really want her B2, and if you can get her B4, that would be even better, right? This is just a cherry on top. But her B4 would be great. It gives a little bit more ultimate charge rate. It increases the amount of ultimate that you do, and why it's important is because in her core stamps she gives crit rate. With all the crit rate that Kenpachi gets now, yes, he now gets crit rate from his core stamp too, by the way, which makes it the default core stamp you have. Before you could have complicated mood and it was performing very well. Now you get crit rate once you use the special attack, right? Which is great. It's there for 30 seconds and you get 20%. This is not enhanced by advancements by sending this, right? It just sticks with 10%, just so you know, guys. Back to Yachiro and why she is great. She gains a lot of support. She gives spectating, right? If you have this part here, for example, you don't have to replace her. So you just use her ultimate off the field, and then once you use it, you give 30% crit damage bonus at A5 or 15 at A1 for 15 seconds. Which means that depending on your investment into your Yachiro, the crit rate level that you need for soft caps for Kenpachi can vary, okay? Also, this also means because she's off the field and ultimate charge rate is even better now, you really want to maximize ultimate charge rate. This piece here, the third piece, doesn't really matter, but it was the piece that had ultimate charge rate that I have left, that I don't have to level up. But you can skip this part here and you can just add some more ultimate charge rate if you have it, okay? Just as a side note, because she doesn't really need a guide. She's just there off the field and she just spectates. And the reason why it's so important to stack a crap ton of ultimate charge rate for her is because every single time that she hits these thresholds here, she gives inspiration, right? And the inspiration increases the slash damage boost, and it increases also the attack boost, and it gives 30% crit damage on top of it. And because under Kenpachi she adds another 50% value to those stats, it's quite amazing as a support. And having B2, right, which you can get from his gacha, is great. That said, when it comes to Kenpachi himself, B0 now it's enough, but I would say that if you really want to pull for him, his B1 is great. His B1 is fantastic. Not only do you add spiritual pressure gains from special attacks from the rampage rate, you also deal more special attack damage, which further increases the buffs that he got from the passive, right? And also another thing is, because his element damage is now really good in scaling his damage up, there is arguments to go for his B2. The question that you have to ask yourself is, which character are you willing to skip for? We know at certain points we need to get some strike characters, we need to get more tacticians for thrust, for example, because yes, we have Tozen, but at certain points we will get something else, right? So who are you willing to skip? And we know that we're going through the whole fake Karakura town. No, we are just at the moment we are just hollow in the Hueco arc, right? So we are still having possibly Sailaporo. We still have I'm sure that Grimjo will come, I'm sure that Ulquiorra will come. If they're not doing Vassalorda, then the game is going end of service anyways. So there are a lot of characters that are still coming, which are based on the Hueco arc. So there is a lot of time for you to save up for your favorite characters, right? And when you get to B2, you add so much more longevity to the characters compared to B0. So before you go and summon on every single character and have like 10 B0s, I would argue that having 4 or 3 B2s or B1s, it's much more impactful for your account than having 6 B0s, depending on which character it is, right? We are not talking about Aizen, I'm just speaking in general. I will let you guys have your own judgment about how to spend the resources in the end, because you have to decide for yourself if you want to have a collection-based account where you want to have every single character, or if you want to have a strong account in the sense that you won't partake in the end game and tower stuff, so you want to have more power in what you pull for, right? And that's basically it. He's fantastic now. He's great. In actuality, I'm debating if I should go for the B2. But because I want to be relatable to you guys, the question is, if I'm going for B2, I will be doing this after I clear the content, after I see what I can achieve with him at B1. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below if that's something that you want to see, if you want to see his B2 performance, if this would help you decide if you want to summon for him, summon for his B1 or B2 even. if that helps, I will gladly take him to B2 because I think that his B2 is fantastic. It really helps with his kit, with his gearing. It makes it much easier. So yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, let me know down in the comment down below what you think about all of this, right? And please don't forget to like and subscribe. With that, see you in the next one. Bye.